SJWs always have to play the victim about everything, and the Batgirl movie thing is no different. We have this situation where an actress got paid, she did the work, she probably made a lot of money off of it just because that's how things work. And now she's complaining on the internet because, nobody wanted to watch it. What it is at the end of the day. All right, let's take a look at this and see her little whiny rant in just a second. But my name is John Della Rose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I've got Overmind up on BackerKit right now. This is post my Kickstarter. I am printing these very shortly, and I hope you'll get in on this. This is a great book. You'll love it if you love comic books, action, adventure. This is a science fiction epic, 66 pages, and you can check it out. That link's in the description below, along with all my other books. So if you like actual Batgirl, by the way, go check out my Flying Sparks. That's in there, and there's 4 full volumes of it. Lots of comics for you to read. We really are just pushing the alternative to this woke entertainment in culture, and I hope you enjoy it along with a lot of other people. All right, cheers. Whew, here we are. Batgirl actress Ivory Aquino defends canceled DC film, saying, as much as it has been labeled woke, it simply came together that way because of writing that reflects the world we live in. They always like to talk about this, saying this is the way that the world is, that they're reflecting reality in their wokeness. But they really do just overrepresent minorities in everything these days. Like, I don't go around and see people with these, like, perfectly sculpted Hollywood demographic groups like they have in these movies. You don't have usually a group sitting at Starbucks that's like, one white lady, one black man who's dating the white lady, of course, right? And then the one Latino and then one gay person, like, all sitting together. It just doesn't exist like that in reality. Most of these groups don't even hang out with each other in reality and don't like each other for the most part. Now, there's exceptions, of course, but, like, that's not the reality of the world we live in. It's nonsense, and it comes across as fake. That's actually the reason why woke doesn't work in storytelling. It comes across as forced, fake, and you can't put that kind of messaging around that's the way you want the world to be. When it's just not reflective of the way people actually act and talk and think. So she really goes off on Zaslav, who has taken over this company and is making massive cuts because they are losing a ton of money. And they're losing a ton of money because they've been not prioritizing entertainment as an entertainment company. They've been prioritizing political ranting at their customers. And most people just tune out of that. Dear Mr. Zaslav, I just read an article I don't know what THR is, about supposed funeral screenings of Batgirl and the possibility afterwards the film footage would be destroyed. If this is the case, as one of many who poured into our hearts of the making of this movie, I ask this measure be reconsidered. As much as I've tried my best to be strong these past few weeks, oh, boo-hoo. You got paid millions to make a movie. Shut up. I'd find myself crying for the lack of better term from grief. And tonight was one of those nights. As much as Batgirl has been labeled a woke film, it simply came together that way because writing that reflects the world we live in. For me, more than anything, it is a father-daughter story, which hits close to home, as my dad passed a year ago. You see how they make it about themselves every single time? This is the narcissism of Hollywood. It's always about them all the time. Batgirl is a comic and a property which, honestly, you shouldn't have starred in to begin with. You do not match the character there. Barbara Gordon is a redhead, and you're not. And, of course, this is one of those moments where they're erasing the redheads, making the ginger side, in order to try to make this diverse whatever thing going on. We don't know what the movie's in. They probably made her bisexual or a lesbian also, right? Because that's what they seem to be doing to every female character in movies these days. And so there it is. But of course, she's trying to make this some personal sob story about her lost father. And this has nothing to do with that. It's nonsense to try to tie this to that. And look, they made a bad film. They knew it was going to destroy their brand. Look, woman, I'm sorry you don't recognize that this is going to be a train wreck of a film. From what I understand of this, they even didn't have an ending to the film. They couldn't figure out where to go with it. It's like they failed on the basic properties of writing a movie, which is, you kind of got to figure out that ending first so that you can build everything to lead towards that. As a writer, I know that, and that's how I operate with my stories. But Hollywood, no, they just stuck a board together and they tried to just throw in diverse this, woke that, and then replacement character this, and just like try to throw it all into the pot and then see what sticks. And that's why these movies don't end up working very well. Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning of this. Like, I doubt that they're going to destroy the footage. I mean, in the modern times, you could just throw that on a Dropbox and just leave it there. I mean, if you want to mess around with it, I'm sure it exists. But releasing it would be a mistake, and releasing it, of course, would just torch the Batman brand even further. Shouldn't be that hard to write a Batgirl story, but we know what's going to come out of this, and that's the problem with it. Around the world, grown and not so grown, who hold their fathers in the highest esteem, could see Batgirl as a story of a special bond. All right, whatever. Sappy. I've found myself not being able to talk about this ordeal with anyone, except for Twitter, so you can make yourself a victim, so that you can get some victim points and then some bucks and hopefully some other feature film roles out of it. This is a marketing tactic. We know better. I realize that no one apart from those involved in the film would truly understand what we're feeling. And talking about it with my castmates, I feel I might be akin to rumbling salt on an open wound. My heart goes out to Leslie Grace and our beloved directors and entire crew and cast who spent months to dedicating all this to their endeavor. Leslie checked on me one day and found out the shelving and only had words of comfort and support. I've dared not ask since she spent nights holding back tears like I have, since she has had to be the face of our Batgirl family and has had to put on a brave face as a way of taking care of us, the way she gracefully steered our film. Oh my gosh, this is so vomit-inducing. Look, you guys got paid millions. Shut up and stop being a victim. You're not a victim. Ugh, there's more. I can't get through it. I literally just my brain just rots watching these threads on Twitter, which is not how you're supposed to use Twitter. It's not a blog, by the way. And that's another rant for another time. But look, at the end of the day, Warner Brothers is making financial decisions because woke doesn't sell. They go broke every single time. And look, you're a part of the woke movement, Ivory, but it's not working. You got to find some other victim thing. Or just try to be a good actress who actually gets into roles that make sense for who you are. And that's okay to have roles that make sense for who you are. You're a different person than everybody else. You are an individual, and you have different strengths and weaknesses, and you can play different things. And I'm sure you're going to have a great success because somebody's going to look at this and go, oh my gosh, we got to hire this lady. We got a virtue signal, and we will prop her up as the next whatever. So that's for sure going to happen. You won't be a victim. You're going to be a multimillionaire, and I don't feel bad for you. All right. What I do feel bad for is the fans of these entertainment properties that they've worked so hard to just try to torch the original versions for years, to try to destroy what people love because they want to push this global homo conglomerate agenda on everything and everyone all the time. They've been getting government bucks for this for a while to try to push this sort of narrative. And you know what? That's all running out now, and we're seeing the changes at Warner Brothers. I can't wait to see what comes out of this. This is really interesting stuff, and we'll be following it very closely on the channel in the days to come. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button, my friends. We'll be back soon.